What's up, buffoons? It's Matt. We're back with some more Gran Turismo Sport, and it's been a minute. I know I got the face cam up so you can actually see my face now, which is great. We're playing some Gran Turismo Sport today. As you can see, back playing the game. Here, sat in the chair. We got the wheels set up too. Going to be starting fifth. This is Daily Race B. We're doing some daily races again. I know I did a stream a little while back with the Super Formula practice that I was doing. But this is a completely different thing that we're doing. We're in a BS lobby. There you go. Been doing some work on this game. But this is Daily Race B, like I said. It's a Group 3 race on the Autodromo Lago Maggiore, etc. It's going to be a fun one. It's been a minute since I've actually broadcast daily races. I haven't done them a whole lot. I'm going to pull over here to this side and actually adjust my mic stand because we got a giant cord hanging out in the middle here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, just barely. Do I have a clip for it? Where did it go? Oh, it's on the floor. Sick, dude. Going to be starting in fifth, though, which is better than I thought I was going to do because I did a couple qualifying laps. The Toyota Gr Supra is easily the best car that you want to be using on this track, just like pretty much every Group 3 race these days, to be honest. And we're going to hop right in it, see what happens. We got a 156.2 as our qualifying lap, and the dude up front has a 154, which is only 2 seconds off the NA server best. So it'll be interesting. We're going to see if we can move up, maybe grab a podium starting from fifth. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great one anyway because you can see my face for the first time ever. But anyway, everyone's using the GR Supra. Dude in front of me is using a Peugeot, which is an interesting move because it's got 0 top end speed. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I keep saying it's going to be interesting, but it really is going to be interesting. I need to put a good livery on this car too because I don't have one. I need to make a Blue Buffoons livery for this car because I use it for every Group 3 race. But without further ado, hit the like, subscribe button if you do enjoy the content. We're going to jump right into this thing. Let's go, baby. Got the radar set up on. We're all set. Going to go flying into T1 on cold tires. Probably get dive bombed. We'll see what happens. Oh, did I get hit there? I couldn't tell. But everyone's pretty calm. It's an S-tier lobby, so hopefully an S-tier lobby, an S-rated sportsmanship lobby, I guess. So hopefully no one does anything crazy. Try not to bin it completely out of that corner, which is really easy to do. Did get a pretty good drive on the guys behind us. I don't know what happened there, but everyone bottled it to turn one. Whee! A little bit of slidey corner there, as you could tell. Accelerating back up the hill. Still not too far off from the guys in front of us. Taking that one wide a little bit. Still feels like I got cold tires a little bit. See if we can go as flat as we can through this section here. That'll be flat easily. Try to cut back early onto the straight. And then we're into the next corner, which is basically what this track is famous for, the giant sweeper at the end of this straight here. Dropping 3 gears. Jumping into it. You do not want to be touching the gravel trap in there because you will slow down massively on exit and not get enough speed onto this next straight. So now we're through a big S's sweepy section again. Dude in the Peugeot's moved up. Well done, sir. Dropping 2 gears into this corner here. Really sliding it in. Use up all the curbs. Curb abuse is prevalent on this track completely. Really doing our best to stay with the lead pack, who is fighting amongst themselves, so there will be a shot for sure to pick up some spots here probably. Didn't get a great run out of the last corner. Took a little bit too much of the curb there. Gonna drop into second gear for turn 1. They're fighting like crazy though, so there will be spots to be had here on their tail completely. Going almost 4 wide. The dude in third right now has a I think it's a McLaren Formula 1 livery. That's pretty cool. The West sponsorship, maybe it's just that I'm looking at, but reminds me of Kimi Räikkönen's old livery. Gonna pick up the draft of these guys. They're a bit quicker through that section. Ooh, sliding it in. That is not how you want to be doing that. Really trying to stay on the power. It's hard to commentate and drop at the same time though. Ooh. Dropping one gear. That was a much better corner that time around. Do have to lift a little bit so we don't on exit. They're fighting like crazy. Might have to dive bomb. Oh, he gets a penalty. Half a second penalty for Ed Money 19. Now, in the Toyota is also important to short shift because that's how the car is going to get acceleration better. The power bands are better at the beginning of the gears rather than the end of them. So you do want to shift. You don't really want to wait till the end of the gear to shift. I'm talking so much I can't drive. This is tough. He runs very wide. Runs very wide again. Might have to dive bomb him. Come here, buddy. Might get him. I don't know if I can take him. He's got the turn signal on. I don't know what's going on there. He's got a 1 second penalty now. Drop 3 into T1, and that is the move done, baby. Drop into first gear for this slowest corner on the entire track. Be careful on exit because it is easy to spin out of turn 2 if you do get on the power too much. Gonna drop 1, go second gear for that corner. Accelerate out. Do not oversteer at all costs. You will lose a ton of time there like I just did. Guy behind us has a penalty though. Drop 3 into this corner, probably the trickiest corner on the track, if I do say so myself there. Really working though. I feel like this track is a little bit easier in Group 4 than it is in Group 3 just because you have more time between corners to figure out where you're going. Whereas in Group 3 you really just have to be on it the whole track because everything's a sweeping corner really. But moved up into 4th, did a purple sector there. We're only on lap 3 of 4. Maybe want to be in gear 2 for the sweeper there. I'm using 3 just because it works for me, but I was looking at some of the top times they were in second gear through that corner, so that's also an option. Did not get a good rotation there. I'm losing time to the guys ahead. They're now 2.5 seconds ahead of me. Don't think we're going to be able to get them on this last lap unless something horrific happens and they're fighting. There's definitely time to be had here though. I'm not going nearly as fast as I should be able to. Guy behind us gets another penalty. He's 2.5 seconds back as well. I'm going to stop talking as much, see if I can really push this last lap here. Put in a lap that we can actually be proud of, to be honest. Short shift some more coming out of that corner just to get the drive off. It does not look like first or third place are fighting enough that I might be able to get a position back, so I think as long as it's a clean lap, we're gonna take home 4th place. Tried to keep it flat, ran a little wide there, could not lay the pedal down completely. Guys ahead of me are now 4 seconds out, so there's no way I'm catching them unless somebody absolutely bins it. But I am pulling away from the guy behind us as well, so dudes up front are just in a league of their own, I guess. That's the best one of those corners I've had in a minute. 3rd gear, sweeping turn. Got the S's section one last time, coming to the last sector. won it in third gear for most of that. Did manage to get the power down a little bit earlier that time. Do not run off the track here because it's an easy way to get penalties here at the last instant. You don't want to be doing that, but managed to keep it clean. Nail the last apex. Come on to the front straight. And that will pretty much do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing it home in fourth place. Moved up one spot, 3.5 seconds in front of the guy in fifth. Did not get a penalty. Kept it completely clean. I'm pretty sure that'll be a clean race for me, actually. So, not a bad race. But I think there's definitely more time in that if I practice a little bit more and commentate less, I guess. But all in all, not a bad performance, mate. Pardon the horrendous British accent. But that is daily race B for you, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth place in the Toyota GR Supra. Did manage a clean race, so got to be happy with that. If you've been watching me for a minute, notice that I got a new race suit, new helmet. We changed it to white because I think it stands out more. Just for fun. Pulled in 40k credits. Not bad. Got the daily workout done. And the S is blue this time, so that is what you love to see. May do another one. Let's see, depending on how long that is, might do another race, so I think I will. So, gonna run another one, but that is the first one done for you, and we'll see you guys in the next race. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second race, and put in a couple qualifying laps in the time in between them, and managed to actually better my time. We're now at a 55.6, so definitely moving up, still in the B lobbies with S sportsmanship, and now we're going to be starting from fourth instead of fifth, so massive improvement there, obviously. Everyone's still using the Toyota concept pretty much, except for the guys in second and third using Hyundais and Porsches, and the guy behind me is using a Peugeot. Got a Mercedes in there too, some Beetles at the back, as you would expect. But going to be another interesting one. That should become my tagline. This is going to be an interesting one because I say that all the time. But this track's really fun. It's tough, though, because it's such a sweepy track that it's really hard to not oversteer or put a wheel in the grass or something. So, really got to make sure you know what you're doing. But, gonna hop right into this one. And hopefully, I don't know, improve our spot again. But, I don't know. I don't expect too much because I haven't done a ton of practice. But hopefully this will be something good. There'll be more action than the last one, because the last one didn't have a ton of action. So we shall see. There's something in my eye. Love to see it. Got 3 gears down. I've messed with the, not messed with the gear ratios, but like testing which gears I use in different corners. I think I am going to drop 4 into the sweeping corner at the end of the straight up here. Just because it works better for me. I tried it a little bit, and I think dropping 4 instead of 3 just into third gear is better decision to make for that one, just so you can get more drive out on the other side of it. So gonna be doing that. Not too many other adjustments between the last race and this race though, so it's gonna be an interesting one. And we'll see how it goes. So got a man on pole position driving a Supra. Second place driving a Hyundai Genesis, which I think looks great, but I don't know how it does performance-wise. And then the Porsche behind him and in front of me. Then I'm in a Supra, and the guy behind us is in a Peugeot. And then there's pretty much just Toyotas from there on back. Got the radar view up for you guys. Going to be starting from fourth. Hopefully I don't get massively dive-bombed into T1. And without further ado, here is race number 2 of Daily Race B. Like I said in the last time, you're doing a short shift of Toyota just to get it all revved up. Got in second gear. Do hit a bump there, unfortunately. Everybody's into turn 2 at a very low gear. Keep it in third here. Got the cold tires, dirty air. Love that combo. Barely step a wheel outside there, I think, but think we'll be alright. The guy behind me does have the draft, unfortunately. Absolutely sliding it into that corner. Oh, we're going to lose boatloads of time there. Give this guy room. Hopefully block him off into the next corner. There we go. Park it on the apex so he can't get past. Keep your elbows out massively. Lift a little bit and get away from him through this section. That is ideal, baby. He is going to have a massive run into the next corner, though, unfortunately. Going to go defensive a little bit here. Drop 4 into the sweeper. He tries to take the outside. That's not going to work, sir. Oh, and he gets a penalty. Oh, no, it's the guy behind him got a penalty. Don't know what for, but they're all fighting back there, so hopefully I can make something of it. Fighting in front of me, too. We're on our own island here, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a little bit to get on the gas through that section. Try to avoid taking a penalty at the exit of this corner because it's very easy to do there with the little switchback. Just power down out of the last corner, get as good a run as you can onto the front straight. We don't quite have the draft. The guy behind me does, but I don't think he's going to be able to make a move into this corner unless he does something crazy. Sliding in, sliding it in like crazy. Guy behind me goes a little bit more narrower than I do. A little bit more narrower. My commentary is out the window right now. Oh my goodness, my driving's out the window too. This is the wildest race you've ever seen, ladies and gentlemen, and the guy behind me is going to have to draft like there's no tomorrow, but he did pick up a penalty somewhere, so that's a plus. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Goodness, just park it on the apex so he can't get past. He's going to try to get the cut back on me. That's tough. He gets it done easily. Now I'm going to try to get him back. Don't think he's quite as good as I am through this section, but we'll see. Peugeot does have the advantage of having more downforce. We're going to have the dive bomb opportunity on him. I think we're going to get him clean here. Just going to go past him on the inside because he has no shot at defending from me. He might try to get the cutback though. Going to show him to the outside here. Oh, he's trying to take the inside. That's crazy. Give him just enough space. He's not going to be able to take it back from me, though. Goodness, defending for my life right now. Alright, that section was decent. I think we pulled away from him a little bit. Got a couple tenths. Praise the Lord. I'm not amazing through that last section, though. Coming to lap 3, he does have the draft again. He's got a penalty picked up. I hope he doesn't try to dive bomb me because I'm not going to defend it. There we go. That corner's way better than the last lap. Try to keep it in a low gear. Shift up for the exit just so I get some more drive off. Probably should not shift to 4th there if you're smart. Going into 2nd for this corner. Don't oversteer it too much. Absolutely going crazy. Trying to keep that in line. He serves a penalty there. Drops back a little bit. Now we got some breathing room for me to try to catch up to these guys in front of us because they are fighting. Might be able to snag a podium position here. We'll see. Taking it a little wide there. Try to get on the power as much as possible through this section. You really want to be able to try to keep it flat. Barely lift a little bit. Now we're onto the back stretch. Into the sweeping corner. Up ahead of us, they're still fighting intensely, which is good to see. Did not get an amazing corner there. Trying to get a good drive out, though. Don't need to go all the way over to the right on that part of the track. Back into sweeping S's towards the end of the circuit. Just trying to make some progress now. about 1.5 seconds behind. Try to carry as much speed as you can through the final corner onto the front straightaway. And we are into the last lap, 1.5 seconds behind the guys in front of us. Dropping 3 into T1. Trying to get as good drive as I can into the slowest corner on the track. Almost overdoing it. Oh, and we completely spin out. That's so tough. And of course, there's no way we're going to be able to recover it from there. So you love to see it. Goodness. This is super tough. Good grief, bro. Such a weird track to drive because if you oversteer at all, you're just game over immediately. That's super unfortunate. Had to give it up right at the last second too. That's really annoying. But just goes to show you the power of keeping your head on straight. Me having to commentate while doing this is not incredibly helpful because I can't think as much, but it's alright. I'm gonna bring it home in like 9th place or something. Maybe we can at least get a clean race out of this, potentially pick up some cash. Guys back here are not nearly as fast. Maybe I should mess... I don't know if you can mess with the setup. Need to find some way to let me be able to get on the power earlier and not have as much wheel spin. Maybe just the gear ratios a little bit. We'll see. But gonna be bringing it home in 9th place, unfortunately, unless this guy messes up completely. But that will pretty much be Daily Race B for you guys. In Group 3 category, the best car to be using is the Toyota Gazoo Racing Supra. 9th place, there we go. Not the result we wanted. Didn't manage to pick up the penalty though. A penalty though. And not the result I wanted, but needless to say, it's a tough track. First race was definitely better. We managed to move up a spot and not bin it coming out of the sharpest corner on the track. So that's a fun time. But yeah, definitely, I don't know. I don't know if I would say this is a fun one because I'm not an incredibly huge fan of this track. But, oh, we don't even pick up the clean race. That's super tough. Don't get any blue arrows. Hopefully the S is blue at the end of the results page, though. That would be consolation, I guess. Pick up about 20k credits. Daily workout's already done. And we do get a blue S, so that's a plus at least. Fastest lap of the race was a 55.3, so that is beatable. I was doing almost that in qualifying. But that'll do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. That is Daily Race B for you in this week in Gran Turismo Sport. Use the Toyota Supra if you want to go quickly, you want to win. But that is going to be it for me. Like, subscribe if you did enjoy the content. Of course, help us to get to 100 subscribers because we're almost there. We're at 96 right now. But that'll do it for now, and we'll see you guys in the next one.